Hello and welcome back to ECS. It has been a while. We have been traveling. We have
Yes.
been recording some videos. We won't tell him everything that we've been doing, but we have been shooting some new guns. There'll be some new sounds of CS:GO, and maybe beyond. I did put a picture up of the MP5. So more than just CS:GO this time. Some 1.6, maybe some Source. You'll have to wait and see. There was a flamethrower involved as well. But we'll leave it there for now. Also, while we've been away, I flew a plane. That was cool. I've even got this pilot's logbook. How cool is that?
The knee out there.
James, are you on a quest to become the most interesting man in the world?
Yes. look, it's my first flight. It's cool.
I really want to do this. I've heard that single engine planes are a bit dangerous, but I'm still down for it.
It actually has a built-in parachute. So
well.
I was going to take a picture, so if something went wrong, it would deploy a parachute. Who knows how well that would go, but it was really awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do that. Yeah.
You should do it.
Like you had a parachute in the backpack or a parachute for the plane?
The plane has a parachute. There's a sticker on the side. Maybe I've got a clip of it somewhere, but the plane itself has a parachute.
Okay, all right. That's not too bad. But you're flying over the water, right? You're going to Malibu.
Yeah, I was flying along the coast of
Right.
Santa Monica and beyond, which was super cool. Because I was at first I was terrified because you sit in this room and they have this little plane and like this is the rudder and you control it like this and this is this and this is that and you're like, okay, this sounds really interesting. And then but when you get in there, he obviously takes off and then pretty much gets to like 1,000 feet or more and then he lets you take over. So doing maneuvers, it was cool, man. I was flying a plane, it's crazy. And I was taking videos at the same time. And then I'd like put the camera down, like, oh, let me raise the nose of the plane. But it's funny. He said that I was quite a good pilot for somebody who hadn't flown before, which is the same as my boat instructor.
Do you know why, James?
Because they want you to come back for more lessons, James.
Well, I was going to say, he asked me how I got the hang of it. And I said, Grand Theft Auto, baby. So same as the boat. When I was driving boats, I said, look, the only time I've used the boat is Grand Theft Auto. So
it's just as well there's no cars or vehicles of any kind in Counter-Strike because when James doesn't really play PUBG. He's played like 4 times, but every time he said that he just tries to steal people. He'll just run across the map just looking for people's cars to steal.
Yeah.
It's not GTA, James. You can just go to GTA for that.
Yeah, that is fun though. But well, that's what I have been up to in the last few days. But we do have some Counter-Strike coming up. Team Liquid versus Rogue on 2 maps. They will be Inferno and Train. So again, we're going to see the Taco edition of Team Liquid versus the likes of Cadian and Hiko on Rogue. So always interesting to see. I've seen. Always interesting to see the progress, I was going to say, of these 2 teams. And Rogue have been vocal. They're happy with their progress. Obviously, they have a long way to go versus the other teams, but they've been happy with their progress so far. Have you watched much Rogue?
Not too much. I mean, just the games that they played here, but they're tied with Liquid in ECS.
That is a weird image.
Rainbow Poop Emoji Gang.
Safety blanket.
And Knee Blowout Gang. Me and DDK.
Yeah, you guys. I'll leave you guys to it. My knees
I feel like James doesn't want to be anywhere near our knees.
My knees are concealed.
Concealed knees.
But they've when the last 4 times they played Liquid, they've lost. So it's not looking like it should be close. I mean, actually, the last 2 maps they played versus, I think they played versus them in EPL. It was like 16-14, 16-10. So that might be close. They've also got overlapping map pool. Where they have like Inferno, Mirage, Cobble. They play those maps. So at least the series should be competitive, but Liquid should be able to take both maps.
They should lose to Liquid.
They should lose to Liquid.
In the current status of things, they should lose to Liquid. Doesn't mean they will lose. Of course, every team should lose until they show enough skill that they should win or should go 50-50 or who knows. But for the time being, we can say that they should lose. However, if they are continuing to progress, maybe they can spin those close scores around and be on the winning side of things. So I don't know if we have time to look at the leaderboard and see, since it's been a while, where all these teams are standing at the moment.
Let's do it. We can make time.
Marvelous.
James.
So we see Liquid in 7th place at the moment, and Rogue are right behind him on the same points as well. So this is going to be quite interesting, and I don't think, yeah, they can't be put into the relegation spots at the moment. Optic only have 2 games remaining, so it's not a case of that. Who knows? I mean, again, between 7th and 4th place, there's only 3 points. So there's definitely, and they both have 2 games in hand at least over all the teams above them. So there's a lot to play for here.
It's kind of crazy because you just really want to see Liquid in that top 4. The great thing is that one of the reasons why it has been difficult is because there has been a lot of crazy teams in this division. We've had more competition across the entire field than ever before, I think. And I feel like we're saying that every season, but like our punching bag, or the people that would you would expect to be the punching bag, E United, are actually a really good team. so there's no breathing room. You've got to play good, and we're off on the pistol round already here. We'll see Liquid on the CT side, and already trying to get some pops there. I like that Twist is out there checking second mid here. This is exactly the kind of CT start you want. Get an early pick and then fall back with the information.
Lige gets his bell rung on Banana, but they've got the smoke there to slow down any push from these Ts. Oh, Kaden making a play through the smoke, not quite working out, but he goes down for free. And that's light here in CT, but he'll get picked off. Finally, a kill for Rogue. 3 members left, and one of them is on A.
Yeah, this is going to be quite interesting here. Very important kill. Vice is cutting off the A player, and he will find one more in CT spawn here. Nicely done. That's him dealt with as well. Taco, or Taco, is going to be making his way around with Lige.
Okay.
I've been told off for that recently, as a British person. Lige able to get the first pop there. More players here, though, for the post plant. We've got, of course, Vice still lurking around CT, but he won't even be required. Very nice 2 taps from Sick to finish off the CTs. Despite a great start, Team Liquid cannot hold on. Such is the nature of a pistol round in CSGO.
That really was an example of why pistol rounds can be 50-50, in the sense that they went through a smoke on Banana, but because you can't really abuse the utility like you can in another round, it was a little bit random whether or not they get that kill, and then the retake wasn't there, and Vice picked up 2 frags. One of those was a great lurk kill, but the second one was Twist maybe dropping it a little bit because he had the drop on Vice and just couldn't complete the frag. So now we go into round number 2, 4 CZs and a Deagle, but everyone's head armored up, so.
Talk to me about this Taco thing.
Well, if you're in America, you're not going to find someone saying taco. They're going to say taco. Tacos. And like you're getting told off because they're hanging out with Americans buying tacos. And it looks like Rogue, if we get back into the action, forced the issue through the smoke, which I think is a really cool play. But a 3v3 here in this situation with Liquid having a Deagle and 2 CZs, that is incredibly scary. They're already there on the rotation too. And Rogue have 2 MAC-10s and an AK. You almost prefer Team Liquid's firepower with the, given that the CZs are so strong and these players are low on health. Lots of time here for them to coordinate in. They've not got much utility, but Nitro aims to use his smoke there for Banana. That is beautiful. There's 2 players there. Now Rogue have to make a desperate play through it.
Retake smokes from Nitro. So far, so good. Vice doesn't have much health either. Sick has an angle. They're lining up for it. But he'll only get 1. Wow. Liquid coming for the retake. That is quite the retake smoke there from Nitro.
That was awesome. That is a great... Everyone just go down that smoke now. Get your notepad out. If you don't have a notepad, open a text document. If you don't have a text document, use your phone.
Instructions on how to write by Dan.
You must... Note-taking is critical, James, as you understand. And you can also mess it up, as I've seen you do recently. You're looking for, to make a video on something that you've noted down. And like, I don't know which round it was, and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's a great retake smoke. Retake smokes. Get on that. Maybe I got a little bit too excited about retake smokes there. I'm sorry.
That was a good one.
You are a nerd, Dan.
It was the only reason they won.
It's true. I mean, it's just literally the perfect thing to do with that smoke. You couldn't have thrown a better smoke there.
Rogue not opting to force buy in response. Maybe the bomb plant has something to do with it. 2 P2 fiddies on the Rogue squad, and Sick has the Deagle. Other than that, Glocks.
I think you guys say things weird, but I still like how it sounds.
Taco?
Yeah.
Or taco? Yeah, taco.
We say things weird. It's our language, Launders. You can't say that.
I can say other languages sound weird.
You can't say that English sounds weird in English.
Yeah, but it's
it's the default.
But it's like the English, not American English.
Well, it's just dialect.
The clue is in the title, Launders.
What title are you talking
British
about?
English versus American English.
That said, British English varies quite wildly. Have you ever heard a Geordie speak? Or, you know, so, something similar to that, Northerner?
Yeah, like I didn't even understand the first episode of Peaky Blinders. Very English, right?
I don't watch TV.
Unless it's The Wire, Oz, or Dexter. I know those are the 3 shows you've watched. Game of Thrones?
I like
4.
shows with violence, it seems.
I think those are the only 4 shows James watches.
24. How could you
24,
figure that?
24, that's 5. Alright, getting some numbers out of him, that's good.
I only watch shows which are not on anymore, apart from Game of Thrones, which will soon not be on anymore.
Double nade, deep, down to the little repair bicycle sign, or graffiti on the wall. Oh, they're going to push through the smoke. Brilliant stuff there. I love this. And they'll be coming out pretty well from this too. 4v3, they've got Banana. Well, half a Banana at least. Team Liquid, they have to decide what kind of risk they want to take here. I love this. They're going to try to use the pop flashing with the lead. Try to get frags back. And they will be able to do that. One for Elise. Second one not coming actually as they stand in the flames. They'll get it, but they are weak. And Taco can smell the blood. He's thirsty for the frags. And he'll continue the push.
Liquid trying to make something happen after losing 2 men early. That's why Elise went back to the well once again. There's 1 player gone, but that's not the bomb. Twist has the information though, but where is he? He's top mid at the moment, rotating away from the smoke on Arch. That Molotov will stop him from advancing. Doesn't want to give the sound cue away. So he will be delayed for a time, but that smoke will soon disappear. Taco's gone all the way back towards the B bomb site, which is interesting. Which makes me wonder where Twist came from, because I do think he came from the Arch position, but maybe I'm wrong. Either way, he's quickly back again. Cadian close to the smoke, who will have the advantage. Taco deploying some grenades, running distraction, but can Twist take advantage of this in the meantime? Not expecting Cadian there, but he can't win the duel. Down to Vice now, both these CTs with a kit. There's the first play, presses Q again, and he still manages to get that second kill.
Oh
that is unbelievable.
Twist is whiffing today. He's actually missing some shots.
There's a lot to talk about in that round.
That was a really great round, yeah.
I loved how... Okay, so first things first. Rogue respond to the deep banana smoke by going for the push, which is a play that not enough teams make. It's a great calculated risk. They get a man-up situation. Liquid respond in the 3v4 by flashing in and committing. And then we see Taco understanding that Rogue are going to make a play. It's very likely that they're either going to they will go for a full rotation. So he gambles, he gets a free frag from it. It equalizes, and then it's like another situation about reading the map. That was really beautiful, intuitive play. Very active. So many teams and players will just play passive in the CT position there. I love that.
It was really great from both sides, right? As you're saying, like, Rogue made a call out. They threw the top banana control smoke. They recognized they could separate a fight. So much cool stuff going on there.
Vice is very fortunate that he managed to shoot his gun in time after pressing the QQ on the first player. Habit that almost every player has. Sometimes it can cost you. 2-2 at the moment, and the bomb's been lost in CT spawn. Cadian does not have almost any position at this point. He knows they're looking for a crossfire, backing off, trying to do the best he can, but not really hitting the mark. 3 unanswered frags from Team Liquid, and they'll get some upgrades with the AK on the floor. Big upgrade from the MP9. Meanwhile, Rogue like, I've got B, guys! Guys!
I gotta say, I love that Team Liquid put the AWP in the apartment straight away. You can see that it's an unexpected. You don't expect the AWP to be there. It's very untradeable, especially if you don't expect it. And Rogue were just wanting to play a default. They want to take that apartments control, get some action towards Banana, and we can see sort of the benefits of being the roaming AWPer there.
Well, this is awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Certainly the argument to want to send the bomb banana because it's safest, it's closest to the site. But at the same time, if you send it Arch, you can show the bomb, and then that can solidify to the other team that it's going to be an A hit, or it might be an A hit, and that can help you out too. So it's hard to say if that was a mistake to put it in CT. But at least they sent it with the majority of the people.
Yeah, I like that that way of thinking. It can definitely cause a lot of confusion, especially in the slower rounds, especially. So we'll see whether or not there can be a recovery. You can see the mixed buy from Rogue. Well, they're forced buy, but it's a mixed bag of guns. Now Nitro is watching Arch. So a much more normal setup here from Team Liquid, and it's because they understand that they already have advantages. So they don't have to work too hard to try to create a surprise element and the quick pick or something like that. It's not really needed, but they can express their inherent advantages over the other team, which is utility and weaponry. We'll see the utility advantage expressed with Banana control. Rogue will walk into it, it would seem, though. Looks like they want to challenge Banana.
2 more flashbangs. There's the first one. Oh, sorry, it was 3. Trade there from the pistols. I've got to cut these numbers down. Does a good job of it. And Nitro might be able to get a molly out in time. There's a molly in front of the stairs, but Cadian's already made it to pull with the bomb. Try and get it down fast. This would be a huge bonus for them. And they've got 2 AKs, so there is some damage to be done here by Rogue.
Yeah, this worked out really, really well. I think you would normally see Liquid making more kills than Banana there, but Cadian can hold down Pulsic, staying around the Banana position. He can create crossfires with Cadian, which will now be needed, but another good smoke there. Not a set smoke in any sense, but it will do the job there. Sick completely cut off from Cadian. How are they going to make this one work? Nice headshot angle. Brilliant preemptive peek there from Cadian for the follow-up. And that will leave the 1v1 here. Sick has to push through the smoke, and does Taka realize it? Comes off the bomb, but Sick's good for it. And that will be the round there for Rogue. Beautiful from them to capitalize after the initial opening on Banana.
It's a wonderful play from Cadian to dismantle that crossfire all alone. And he does get traded, but as we can see right here, Sick is just fine in the 1v1. But the trades went a little bit too well, considering the weaponry for Rogue. Like, they only had the 2 AKs, so going 2 for 2 was not good enough for Liquid, even though their Banana setup was actually seemed quite decent. It seemed like Naf was going to be able to trade, and he would probably get more than 2 there, and so it does come down to Rogue hitting a couple of really good shots.
Wait, why did he buy a Bison? James?
Maybe by accident. Yeah, I don't know how you do that by accident though.
No. Do not try this at home. The Bison
It's like
ill-suited.
I think there's 1 person or maybe 2 people who actually buy a Bison on occasion. I don't even remember who they are.
Yeah, right.
Wardell and get
Wartle.
2 legends of the game.
All right, we reached the 1 minute remaining mark. Cadian looks to smoke towards the wall of smoke at the front? Let's see. Oh, that is a very poor smoke indeed. Oh dear, oh dear. GMD will get peppered because of it. You don't even realize there's a gap there. Well, hasn't cost him anything colossal. Now, what do Liquid choose to do? 3 of the players around the B bomb site. There is another smoke on Sick, and if he smokes the front of CT, then perhaps they will just choose to save because I think it's even a 5v5. They're not really well equipped for this, and indeed they will choose to save, which is cool. 10 people surviving, quite likely, at the end of this round. Don't see that every day on this particular map, but I like the decision. I'm very happy to see that.
Yeah, it's always good to look after your economy and gamble stack it.
For some reason, this round made me think of, I can't remember who said it, so I can't credit them, unfortunately, but it was a thread of John McDonald was responding to tweets about CSGO, questions and stuff like that, and someone said, hey, what about something new for the economy? What if we made it so that if a team is down 5 rounds, then they get the highest loss bonus possible. So if they're down 3 rounds, they don't get quite as much. And so instead of basing it off of how many you lose in a row, just how far behind you are.
Right.
Which is kind of interesting.
I have to think about that.
Yeah. I think it would make a couple of things would make the games, on average, a lot longer. It's got that Mario Kart effect. You know, it's like throwing a bullet build to someone.
Easy mode. Sounds like easy mode.
Yeah. It's I think combat mechanics, that's a good topic for a podcast. Now I'm in the podcast game. Let's go. But I definitely, there's a big art to combat mechanics. I do like CSGO's one. It's not too invasive, not cheap. Although there's a lot to be discussed there, but we'll see whether or not Liquid can somehow create something here. They would benefit heavily for some upgrades to their weapons, especially for Twist, who has the weakest weapon on his team, although it has the biggest graphic. Does not correlate to strength.
It looks like a grenade launcher almost.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
If you ignore the back of it.
Yeah, kind of like a little RPG type thing going on. Things that should not be in the game. RPGs. Ooh, it's a good pick there from Vice. This makes things a bit harder for Liquid, although I love this from Twist. He pushes immediately, because right now the dilemma for Liquid is they don't know what's going on. And with that pick, it's a really good spot for a T-side with 40 seconds left to make the play. So Twist immediately gets the info, and now they 100% know before it comes in that it'll be B. So what Twist did there was very smart.
Ooh, the flashbang for Paul as well. He's in position. They won't have heard his rotation, most likely, because no one is on the other side of the sandbags. There is a lot of fire here. Is the flash there for the CTs, though? Absolute carnage. Finally, the Molotov will go down. Taka running up. Bullets! Oh, the peppering! Awkward and brutal.
This game has been a series of rounds that aren't supposed to be won.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's been the other team hitting these amazing shots. And look at this 3K.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Ooh, the last bullet was actually clipped through the box.
Headshot and
as
then
well.
through the box.
Poor blimey, son.
That's nuts. That is nuts everywhere.
CZ 75.
Okay. So Rogue moving quite a lot of players, just walking abs and sort of not clearing it in a way that you would normally anticipate, the normal way to clear it, which is sort of jump in from the balcony storm, but that makes noise. So this already indicates they want to do a pop of the apartments. And it's like Twist has a great position for this. He might get a couple of free kills here. That's some good damage. In goes an nade. Wow, Taco, what are you doing? You're crazy. He'll get 1 kill, but it's not going to really work out for Rogue in the end. So I guess it looked flashy, it was fun. Everyone was entertained. Are you not entertained?
Meat grinder out the door. Kaden will try to do what he can. No flash, just jumping out into the balcony. He makes it out, and maybe they'll look at him while Hiko starts to creep up. Can they get anything done? Kaden not having the best of times with the fragging so far. Getting his bell rung, and rung again.
I feel like something in Taco's mind just screamed like, I've won multiple majors before he jumped in.
Taco doing some wild man action.
It's so funny because like that position, it's like his teammate has already set him up. He doesn't have to move. It's like they're gonna try to peek his teammate and he gets 3 kills anyway. So it's like
it's really not something you see him do. You know?
Screw this setup.
I like it.
It looks a bit greedy, but it's all good.
It's cool as well, right here. The rifler sees that nobody's holding the angle, although they know the money's not there anyway. And that can allow Nitro to get into position. Twist covering while Nitro retreats. Easy for Twist.
I like it when it's almost musical. Da 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 da. Playing the piano. So might need some tuning. Sounds a bit weird, but 6-4. Finally, Liquid will be able to actually gain somewhat of a lead, but they haven't really gained much of a lead in the economy, at least. But it's fine. It's a great position that they're in at the moment. I would love to see more Banana aggression. We're going to see that, though. They have 3 players towards Banana. They've got the MP9 there as well, I believe. So, yeah, indeed, Alicia's there. Taco, despite them having almost no one towards A, is going to go super aggressive in apartments and really, really screw Rogue over. That, to me, that's kind of a crazy push. That's like a Fnatic type round right there.
Psychological warfare. And now we have the one-man plays from Rogue. Desperate times. Not wanting to allow Liquid to have too much domination, but what can Kaden really do in this situation? Waiting for an overextension while they have time on their side, Rogue.
This is like taco with green sauce.
Yeah.
Right? It's spicy.
Green, you say green sauce?
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's like the spicy sauce that you would have with tacos or other Mexican food.
I don't know anything about tacos.
Well, it looks like there's a way in for Rogue. They've created an opening. The AWP is pretty good here, but the flash will go in. Nicely done, though. Times the shot with the flashbang as he falls back and away. Gets the quick kill. And that is going to make things a little bit easier here. Although Hiko's still unknown in his position in the 1v2. And he's always confident in a clutching position in his 1vx's. So you can't underestimate Mr. Hiko as he waits for the first peek, and he will get a tag there, but the element of surprise, which he so desperately needed to use for a frag, will go away as they start to put pressure on the bomb with the defuse, and Twist will be able to hold that until the end. Now be successful, but
that was a really great try. He almost hit that pre-fire. That would have been nice, and then the other guy, depending on default, could have been spammed pretty easily. And here it is, taco with green sauce. Pushing the halls.
the reason why that's crazy is because, and why I said it's Fnatic-esque, is because if you push one side of the map, sorry, go ahead.
So also, that smoke he threw it all the way into the corner of the wall so that when it plumed, it puts the molly out, and then you can also see when he pushes through.
Nice. Details. Details are important. But normally you don't see a CT side pushing both parts of the map at once. Is it? That's what I was going.
Burst. Marvelous. Taco trying to fall back, doing some damage. There's a pop flash for Twist, but doesn't come fast enough. Hiko with 2. Causes problems to the CTs on the A site. Nitro trying to buy time. He smoked off the short position, holding angles on long. Ooh. There's a jumping KD, and he goes down. Now there's a crossfire, but that flash's being smoked. Top, Sick looking at the smoke. The distraction is absolutely perfect. The spray does enough to leave Vice alone now versus 3 Liquid players. And he will get finished off. All the little things happening there were pretty cool. For Liquid anyway.
Nitro's shot on the jumping player right here. That's nuts. If that player, if Cadian gets into a 4 position, Nitro has to spend so much time dealing with him. It's the next CT gets onto position, guarantees a trade, gets the bomb down, and it's a completely different round.
That's so true.
It's so crazy. What a shot. It's not an easy one to hit.
Yeah, and basically what you're preaching right now is like creating space. And that's all Rogue wanted to do. And that's why Cadian was jumping as like a Hail Mary to do that. Just to get across the site so that his teammate could at least trade. But Nitro hit the shot he wasn't supposed to.
Well, it's the 5v4 immediately for Liquid. They understand that this pistol's out for Rogue and there's not much they can do with him. It looks very hopeless right now for Rogue. It's been a fun game though so far because, as you mentioned, there's so many rounds that traded that the underdog in the round won the round.
Liege moving around the fountain. There's a smoke at the front of the side, but that might not favour the teams, or maybe it will. Allow the numbers to get close. One seen in the smoke now fly. Maybe just running out of bullets towards the end there. Ooh, just above the head, haircuts. Ooh. Vice goes down on a second attempt. That's a man advantage for Liquid, and the CTs are trying to stream in. Nitro knows his back is covered now. Hiko and Caden combined 26 HP. There is a flashbang on only Taco. How do they identify where these players are? There goes the flash, but too many bounces avoided. Caden on the high ground can't take out the AWPer. Hiko looking for the 180, but it's not going to happen for Rogue. Round number 9 for Liquid. And the fish go wild.
The 2D paper mache fish go wild.
Is Nitro the best player in NA? Like the best? I just sometimes.
Is he the best player in NA?
Yeah. Sometimes like when I watch him play, I'm like, this guy can just do everything. He puts so much work into every aspect of his game as well.
Something like 2 weeks ago, he said I had to completely reevaluate myself as a player. But it's that kind of drive, I guess.
Yeah.
And I mean, from our perspective, I don't think anybody else thought that besides him. So, yeah, I totally see why. He's so versatile.
The man has standards.
Yeah.
His standards, yeah.
He has to live up to. I have his sticker on my AK, so you know he needs to
That's
deliver.
why. That's why he wants to be a good player, James.
That's why if he has one bad performance,
because
he just like
you can't sell that
questions
sticker
his
anymore.
existence.
It's stuck on your AK.
Yeah, there's gold and everything.
Now there's a really awesome boxer quote, Slayer's boxer, that I'll go into in a moment, because we are seeing the default sort of unraveling here for, well, not really unraveling, but developing is a better way to put it. For Rogue, they've got the initial amount of map control that they want, which is apartments, but they are yet to take Banana in top mid, so Banana now will be happening, and this is nice. This is a late Banana take, so this is quite cool. It's interesting for the CTs because, as we can see here, they actually sort of cheated a player towards A with very light Banana control, which is normally not super advisable, but with the smoke up, it's unlikely that they will try to burst on Nafly. So we can see here that Nafly calls the pressure, they have time to rotate the second player, and now Naf is in a bit of trouble, but Liege, he'll step in to assist there. A nice little setup, pretty simple. Now in comes the Molotovs. Can they make it work? The rotations in, 3 players on B already. This is a rough look for Rogue.
Liege left his teammate to die. They chose sacrifice, but will the gods be kind? That is the question. Rogue rotating away from the B bomb site, but Twist should be in a position to hear some of this. He's also blind by looking the wrong way. There's one frag. Is there a trade? There is. And now we've got Taco making his way towards the arch position. Cadian holding the angle, but will he get there in time? Taco stops in exactly the wrong place. And now it's a 2 versus 2.
Very interesting spot here. Rogue, this is a round they really need to win. Nice start there from Sick. Nitro will arrive onto the scene though. He's got 1 HE. And considering how low Cadian is, could be quite useful. But first he has to worry about Sick. He will make his way forwards there. Will he switch out for the AK? Wants to make sure he doesn't make any noise. Oh no, there is the pickup of the AK. In goes the nade to Pit, and that's good! Lands it, sinks it onto Cadian. Now the last player to find there. Still trying to work out what the setup looks like here. This is a pretty classic setup. Six sitting on the box on the site, but he never peeked, and Nitro will not find him in time. That's around a much needed one for Rogue.
He was so convinced about a double pit setup.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like he forgot that his nade got that kill, but maybe he just had a hard read there in that situation. But Sick was in a position that he could have got cleared. It was pretty 50-50 whether or not he wins.
That's if you kill the player Pit, that's normally like that's
the hard player,
that's the default setup that people take, those two angles. So it is surprising. He must have had some info.
Maybe it's something they do.
Maybe it's something to do, yeah.
That's a very good point.
Play the player. It's important. It was a good round from Rogue though. It got a little bit messy on Banana. They didn't come out favorably in trades, but since they got so aggressive and they used those late Molotovs, they put a lot of pressure on Liquid to either retake for information, and then instead of hanging out there for too long, ran all the way back to A and threw a couple of nades, just enough so that Liquid had a good reason to stay there for a little bit more of the round.
So the question now is whether or not Rogue can get number 6 onto the board, and the situation for Liquid is not great. That utility very low, and it's caused them to play very passively. So Rogue have the ability to take all the initiative and take whatever map control they want, and if they want to run up a set piece, they can. They've got lots of freedom. So the ball's really in their court at this point. However, we have seen Liquid are quite deadly no matter what they have. And Rogue, after smoking off the arch position and creating doubts, right now Liquid don't know if they're sitting on top mid. They're going to rotate fully back for a B push. Will this go undetected for long enough, though?
These mollies are going to be really good for these spots that they're standing in. They've actually stood in these spots a couple of times now.
They're just starting to rotate these CTs. I think they realized after the silence top mid, Tago had a quick peek, and Nitro's in a really strong position. The flashes, they put through the smoke, but it's a complete disaster. The choke points are real. Now it's Cadian alone, but he won't get very far indeed. Uncomfortable position for him as we move to half-time. 10-5 in favor of Team Liquid. And I do think in a lot of the duels we saw, it was almost like Rogue hadn't quite woken up properly. Might be a bit early for them, I don't know. But I would expect better performances than what we've seen. A lot of bullets going, well, just not going where they should go.
That was an interesting round because that was the third time that they've executed a B like that with the Molotov second oranges, 1 quad, 1 emo, and that's also the second time that Liquid have just stood in those mollies. But that round, instead of just staying on top of second oranges, I think Nitro was the one to run in front of the smoke, and they threw like a couple of extremely strong flashes that stopped them from going through. But it felt like Rogue was supposed to win that round because they had them all in uncomfortable spots on the site, and they were right there ready to take down 2 guys.
Rogue can still turn it around. They've got the pistol of the second half to try to do that with, although the CT side of on the pistols can be very scary. They're actually choosing to gamble stack A, which is actually quite cool because, again, if you're going to play passively the CTs, you actually kind of want to gamble, stack something. And so they just have to get some pickoffs, and we get the split here, although Sick able to eliminate 1. There is Vice, also pokes away. Now the B split's revealed, but can Cadians do some damage? If he gets both kills here, that would be massive, and that's the bomb at his feet, and that completely ruins the round for Team Liquid. There should surely be no way they can bring this back.
Role reversal. Similar to a round that Rogue had to suffer in the first half. Now what you do. There is time for this, but as time continues to tick, situation can only get worse for Team Liquid.
Ooh.
Well, there we go. Not the bomb, though, which is on Banana, and the remaining 3 players are all there. Hiko with the CZ will be very dangerous in this position. As you can see, there's a bait set up. His teammates can hold the first angle. If they push any further, they're going to get annihilated. And it's fairly reasonable that they go for the wide peak, so straight into the setup of Rogue there. Perfect for the 3 men on Banana.
So there we see the both kinds of takes fail in their own way. Like this is, 3 arch, 2 banana, but the bomb goes banana. But this is a situation where Cadian recognizes the split's coming and he tries to get in the face of it, kind of like you would do versus a B rush on Dust 2, or if a mid split on Dust 2 as the B player. And yeah, so there's multiple ways for both of those takes to fail.
This is pretty interesting now because Rogue have such a great position to leverage a comeback and an equalizing situation. Just have to make sure they don't fall afoul to these pistols. And interestingly, you know, Liquid haven't decided to invest everything here. Only one player with Kevlar, and you can see that the rest of them are just going for Deagles. So again, if you are just deciding to work a Deagle, there isn't too much reason to actually buy the Kevlar because you're going to be taking engagements like we're seeing Taco sort of jiggling there for, and also Twist jiggling for the one-shots. And ooh, Nitro can follow it up with the CZ, which is the run and gun weapon here in this setup.
Cadian was waiting for a pop flash from a teammate, but as you can see, he didn't have a deep enough angle. Got shot in the head while looking away. That is a problem. However, Liquid can't quite get to that gun just yet. They do have a split of the A site now, and now they've got something on the other side. Nitro's picked up the M4, but he needs to get on the site and plant that bomb. He will get dropped, as will the bomb. That would have been a difference maker. GMD now trying to stand his ground, running out of bullets though, running out of space to hide from these players. Again, the bomb still needs to go down, needs to be collected by Liquid sooner rather than later because the CTs are moving into position.
They have no idea. Hiko's managed to move for a blind spot, and he's going to catch Legion. Now it's down to Nap in the pit, 15 seconds to go. Has to get both frags. There's one. Can he get the second? They know Hiko's there. Pulls out the Deagle, looking for the shot. Oh, it's so close. One more bullet would have done it, but he can't find it in time, unfortunately for him. But fortunately for Rogue, they avert disaster. That would have have been so ruinous. And a force buy could be on the cards here for Liquid, knowing how much damage they did. I think it would be a great decision to go for that force now.
Saw a lot of things in that round. One, why double pit is so strong versus A takes in general. It's just like a lot of ways to play that. Headshot angles for both players, and it's hard to completely molly out. And then also on that round, trying to be patient. Oh my god. A couple of good grenades down to logs.
Logs.
I miss jumping in that tree on old Inferno.
Yeah.
I found so much joy in that tree. I used to climb trees. I used to climb as high as possible and then inscribe my name into the tree. There are many trees in London with my name. 5 HP for Nitro.
Do trees heal?
What? Oh, I don't think so. Does that make me a vandal?
No, I was just curious if your name is still there.
I would hope so. I would think so, but I am not sure.
Did you do your entire name or just your initials?
I had a nickname.
JZFB.
I had a nickname, which I was not fond of.
What, and you decided to
And you
inscribe
inscribed that?
Yeah.
What are you doing, mate?
Yeah, good question.
Oh dear. Well, 2 rounds separate these two teams now, and again, we cannot emphasize how important these games are, especially for Team Liquid. I mean, Rogue aren't expecting to make the top 4, probably. They want to have a good season, they want to build this team. And, you know, it's been a long slog for them, but they're doing very well. Liquid, on the other hand, they got to make that top 4. They got a big brand, big reputation. They are 6 for 6. They can't afford to lose a single map here to Rogue.
I don't think it's out of... I think, I mean, this might be one of Rogue's harder matches moving forward, and if they split, then it could come down to head-to-head between these two teams. They're both tied right now, 6-6, wins, losses. So this could, this match, if it splits, could be one of the most important matches of the season.
It's a biggie. It's a big one.
Liquid have taken Banana, however, they have not really forced the CTs away from top mid, and Vice is getting closer to mid. Seemed like Cadian was maybe looking to go towards Speedway, perhaps. Moving away from top mid, but now moving back. So what is the timing like here for Liquid? They've started throwing grenades into B, but they're not really pushing behind it just yet. Do Rogue think it's a fake? Again, they don't really have full information top mid. So it is going to be essentially a 5 versus 2.
Yes, Hiko with a decent position, only good for 1 though. For some follow-up damage, but now Sig with very low health will give it his best, but there's only so much he can do. It's a nice spray through the smoke from Cadian, lining things up well, but the trade is good from Liege, leaving a 3v2 post-plant soon enough for Team Liquid, which is very nice indeed. However, GMD does have a smoke, so he might be able to isolate away Taco. He knows that smoke that Nitro knew, but They'll make their way through construction. Smoke's still ready for GMD, but he's not going to be throwing it, it seems.
Who's covering Naf's back here? The flash doesn't quite hit the mark, but Nafly will, as per usual. That leaves Vice in lone position known. And he will be finished off.
That was cool. I was wondering the same thing until the flash came up, where I was like, what's their game plan right here? Because, you know, Taco's about to get creeped up on. They will definitely have to go back and change that flash, but that's an interesting way to deal with that. Let them come out of construction, get them full blind.
I was just sad we didn't see the Nitro retake smoke from GMD. I mean, it's hard to say whether or not it would have made too much of a difference, but we could see that Taco was sitting banana pretty comfortably there to trade with the AK long range. And this is a pretty rough spot for Rogue now. Liquid's in a position where they can generate some momentum and cause economic hardship.
Cadian has timed out. That's his gun on the floor. That wasn't a good round from him. Jumping into construction on a reload, just taking it for granted, and no one's going to be there. So
Yeah, that was risky, huh?
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say he normally plays like that, but it doesn't seem to be a good game for him so far. But it's still time for recovery, time to reset and get things back to normal scheduled service. Again, often a top fragger for Rogue.
I feel like if I say schedule, I'm going to sound pompous. I mean, for you guys, that's just how it sounds like how you're supposed to say it.
So
and it's how you're supposed to say the word.
I would say it's how you're supposed to say it anyway, because it's a CH.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a K.
Yeah,
but
that's why I
just
bring that up. I think I would sound. I don't think I would be pompous, but I think it would sound pompous.
My friend who did masters in linguistics, he said schedule is the correct way to say it, but he said that there are instances where schedule means something else or something like that. But I don't. But like schedule is the way you should be saying it.
I would say most people in the UK say schedule.
I feel like,
but it's like people say failure when the I is before the L. It's failure.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Like Dan says failure. Most people say failure, but it's failure. It's F-A-I-L.
Failure.
Why saying faily?
That's
F-A-L-I.
I would like to learn that.
People are stupid, damn it.
Shots fired at the general populace. Damn, where did you go from that?
I hate missing that shot.
I know, right?
It's annoying.
Because you're supposed to hit it.
Yeah.
I feel you, man.
Well, they're going to take apps. Well, they'll try at least. Allegiance in there. They'll cause a ruckus. There's no one on Arch side for Rogue. And, ooh, okay, Sick gets the info play. Gets himself a bit of damage onto Nitro as well. And looks like they'll say 2-3 at the moment. Rogue sort of just investing a lot towards the pit position. And quad as well. Or porch. Or lane.
Or short.
Or short. Now they finally start to disperse the setup and they have more presence around Arch, which I think is good. A needed adjustment. Liquid seemingly looking to figure things out still. They've got 45 seconds to do so. Now they've taken top mid, which will improve their options. And they still have banana control as well. They've made a lot of noise here towards top mids. Are they going to bring the bomb back to B? Or is it going to be A here? 30 seconds. They need to make the call now, and looks like they have.
We have the denial of information smoke grenades from Team Liquid.
They gotta go. Oh my god. They are not on schedule right now.
20 seconds remaining, and Cadian gets nothing out of that. T's all over the place now. Elise taking one for the team, and maybe the bomb can go down. 10 seconds left, and oh, Nitro taken down on the site. Now it's a 3 versus 2. That pick from Nafly. Hiko alone in the library position. He'll take the AWP away from the proceedings.
That smoke on Arch was not very optimal.
No. Yeah.
It was. Some may consider that to be suboptimal.
I wondered what that was. I didn't see where it came from.
It like went behind the T's as well, like so. Nothing was actually smoked. But fortunately for them, Cadian missed a shot, which was really huge.
I feel like that's a round where the calling was a little strange for Liquid. Like, things happened last second, smoke missed. And then, but they get away with it and like, all right, we'll just not do that again. But I think they recognized that was a little bit, like a little risky. And I think for Rogue, they're like, how did we lose to that?
Yeah. It looked like Liquid was sort of like 10, 15 seconds behind what they wanted to be at all times. Like it looked, as you were saying, kind of like they were scrambling in middle a little bit. It didn't look like a routine sort of movement.
There was like the strange, like the bomb cross on the site could have gotten hit by Cadian. There's just a window of time there where everything could have gone wrong, but just didn't.
Did not.
Christmas magic in May.
Yes. Well, Rogue are really screwed when it comes to the money, at the very least. At least they have an AWP. They can all look at it and be proud of it. But will it win them this round? Because it's pretty much all that they have to try to win the round with. And they need a lot of money. Liquid will get to 14 rounds, really, before we see Rogue having a great buy. Assuming Liquid are able to win with these advantages. And here it is. Aggression from Cadian. Oh, he misses the shot, and that's the AWP gone. Lots of CTs to pick it up, though.
CT's all over the place, top mid, but they're not getting almost any of the kills. Tico with the CZ, only good for one, and that's a brief ending to that round. 13-8. Are Liquid in position to run away with the remainder of this game? The buyer's coming back in for Rogue. The AWP that was saved previously has been lost. So they're all on the M4s, and they have almost no grenades. They haven't really sacrificed weapon selection for grenades. All M4s, 3 smoke grenades on Inferno. Very curious.
Yeah, I would like to have seen 2 CZs or something with the full nades. Or UMPs or something, I agree. But if they want to play super fast, it could work out. Interesting spot from Cadian there. It's a nice one. It's a cool setup in the apps. 3 players from Rogue. So Rogue really needs to get a return to the apps play. Taco takes down a lead. He'll eventually trade out Cadian. Oh my god. That's hilarious. He goes down to 6 HP as well. Rogue must be... I feel like they must be fairly aggressive just for the entirety of this round. If you look at the current position that they're in.
I like the Hall setup where he just felt... I think GMD was just using all his bullets to try to bait someone to jump across the stairs, and then would have been right into Cadian, who was playing the long haul there. But Liquid dealt with it. It was a little bit unlucky for Taco to kill a Liege. Who knows if he would have got that kill, but I guess he would have still gotten killed in that parallel universe.
Yeah, it's a strange one. Liquid putting the pressure on top mid. Oh, Vice knows what's going on here. Oh, it's so easy for Vice. He hears the jumping. It's too obvious.
What is the option now for Liquid? They don't really have many. 20 seconds to push. 3 versus 2 on the A site. 15 seconds now, and they've really got to get going. They have to assume there's a crossfire. Very likely indeed.
Oh
Nitro.
God.
There's one. There's the other one. Okay, Nitro. But they need to get the bomb on the site. It is. It's in the corner, and it's getting planted.
You can't do anything about that.
That's so filthy. That's just... that is so filthy.
And that's the round.
Oh my god. He had to hit both those shots
Okay, let's get the replays in already.
when he did.
I just want to see those a few times, and you know. Yeah, let's get the replays in now. Let's go. Let's go.
Bro.
Oh god.
Oh, he got dinked too. One more bullet, he would have died.
Yeah. Feeling it.
No, you'll love to see that. And that was great timing for the replay. Can even do it again if we want. He wants to see that again. Let's run it again.
Run it back.
Run it back. Number 3.
Bang!
Oh. The team kill. I love it. I feel like that does deserve a 3 times replay, so I'm happy with that.
The heck is that, man?
That was impressive. And to be honest, that was an incredibly impactful moment because look at Rogue's position now. Like, that really dashes their chances.
6 seconds to plant. If he doesn't hit that.
That's crazy. That should never have happened. This is what I'm saying. Like, every time you see Nitro, he knows every grenade, it seems. Even the retake grenades. He knows his lineups through smokes, through walls so well. You can tell this guy puts in a lot of time to the game. I'm sure a lot of people put as much time in as him, but the way, like the efficiency of how he spends his time practicing is very clear.
Ooh. Did he see the second player? 2 rounds away from victory here, Liquid, but they're in an awkward position. They have control of the bomb, which is being collected at the moment by Twist. But again, they if they all go together somewhere, they're likely to have a 3 versus 2 situation, although perhaps fearing that, because last time Liquid, I think, were successful. Rogue have sent Cadian towards B bomb site, but now he's heading back towards A. So with a rotation from Taco, maybe they will get that 3 versus 2. So this could still be favorable for Liquid, but they need to avoid a trade situation.
Not a great smoke. I mean, he had to throw it through a smoke, so that changes things up. But it's going to be an invitation for Taco, or for Twist, I should say.
Nice little headshot there, but Taco returns. One more player to find, and it could be somewhat problematic. Element of surprise is going to work out. Nice from Nitro. Knows where the next player is. He's going to bunny hop his way past the fountain into the shot with a no-scope. Nitro going for the 1v3 clutch. GMD's far away. Now Nitro has a great catch-all position. He can just sit at the back of the site. Doesn't matter where GMD comes from. Nitro is not going to get caught off guard here. The last player. There's the clutch. You cannot stop this guy.
He's got the sauce.
Raw sauce.
Raw sauce. Oh dear.
You saw the clarity of mind as it came around quad. He knew exactly how that was going to go. Bang, bang.
I don't know, man. It's a 3v1. He has to plant the bomb. I think there was a flash with the smoke push, but I don't know, man. The morale's got to be low on Rogue moving into the second map after this, regardless of what happens. But they're not out of it yet. Finally, though, they've got some AWPs. Feels like they almost haven't had any at all. Now they've got 2 of them, but is it too little too late? Cadian finally getting off to a good start here. He's got a bomb as well, being flashed off. Doesn't need to go back to the well just yet, but now with Vice in position and the Molotovs coming out, perhaps he can, and he will.
So seeing a really fast pace here from Team Liquid to try to mix things up, but the double ops handled it really well because double ops are great against contact plays. GMD managed to find a nice headshot on Taco. Not a single frag here from Liquid, but they do have some bank here to play with. 3 players over 7k just about. Will make up for the 2 players under 3k. And Team Liquid, they're probably holding their breath right now because 1v5 for Nitro, considering what we've seen, can expect him to get at least a couple kills here. Let's see what he can find.
Oh.
So one play, can't get the follow-up, dinked along the way, and that will be that. Good attempts, not too much he can do. Rogue will stay in this one, but for how long?
Nice.
Nice.
Ready for the team. All right then, how far can they go now? They're actually not too far away. Obviously they need to win every single round, but now they finally have the equipment to do so. Can they keep themselves in the W column? Sick. Not afraid to go for the peak. Doesn't take too much damage from the Molotov. Ruthless aggression. A second shot. Seems they'll go back to the well once again. No one lost for either side just yet. Nitro has control of Banana. So let's see what they choose to do. Team Liquid as Rogue line wait.
Late smoke on Banana, but Nitro called out for that information real early, so knows now what the setup is going to be, and they're actually deciding to wait to see if Rogue are going to push to clear out top Banana once again. So you'd think that Liquid have a big advantage here. They can even push through the smoke. They know that no one's sandbag, and Sick is going to smoke over. Does that mean he's going to creep up on the angle?
Interesting spot.
Look at the T-smoke though. This is a T-smoke here.
Yeah.
So they could burst through this from on either side with a flashbang over the roof perhaps.
Looks like
or a boost.
Oh, but surely, I mean, Sick has got the best position to deal with this, surely.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no, that's the problem. This could go very badly now for Rogue. They don't get a single frag on the entrance of Team Liquid into that B-bomb site. Sick is just going to try to hold onto the construction, but the 5v5 after plant. man, it's going to be so tough here. It's hard to say which way it will go, though. It's still good utility for Rogue. So it can't quite find the wallbang in time as Taco able to get the frag towards A. And Rogue, all they have is construction right now. Oh, nice combo, though, through the coffins.
Taco's the only man with a flash. And he's just now made it back. There are flashes from the CT side. Many players, Blind Nitro not hitting the mark. Swiss trying to avoid any more flashbangs. And it seems the CTs are winning. Just Taco alone now. And it's time to defuse the bomb, even if it gets picked off. There goes Cadian. Does he know he's on the bomb, though? Could have been more damage, but no. The round is with Rogue. Second AWP is collected. And they will continue on.
That's a very decent retake. I mean, that seemed like a very unfavorable situation. Lots of good damage to the smoke. I think one thing that was interesting, I mean, Sick missed a couple of off shots that made it a more impressive retake, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
But one thing that was cool was when they threw the CT smoke down, they realized that it was kind of late and people were rotating in. They had enough time to not cross and wait for the spam to go into the site. They didn't actually win, but that's one of the benefits of having just that extra 10 seconds on the clock to play with before you plant.
Liquid going for a save now. I think they had a spot where they actually could have bought, but they wouldn't have had an AWP, and maybe that's what they're looking for. Nitro still not really spending anything, and Liquid's loss bonus I think will be at 3. Is it 3 in a row now? Yeah, it's just gonna be, if they lose this round, it'll be at 3. So that's $2,400 in addition to what they have remaining for the next round. And 4 CZs and a P250. The utility's great. Sick does land a fast shot through the flashbang as he now begins to fall back to a more passive position, falling into a setup with Sick crossfire, but they'll keep peeking out there and they'll annihilate, absolutely demolish the push from Team Liquid. Great response from Rogue.
Ooh. 4 rounds now, but the buys keep coming for Team Liquid. Sick almost has a spawn for mid, but I doubt they want to take that kind of aggression at this point. He's a B player after all, but even so, it is can be an early pick for either side. No sniper rifle on Team Liquid for the time being, but that's not necessarily a difficult thing for them. So we'll see how long Cadian chooses to hold this angle for. Ooh. Has that been heard? Doesn't seem so. Elige picks off GMD in the meantime, and that's going to force them back from mid, I would assume. Cadian now playing from sight, but Vice is still towards Arch.
Yeah, this could be very problematic. Rogue need to play with a lot of risk here because down a man early. They don't have much information. They have double ops as well, so that makes it hard to go for maybe the information plays they'd want. So they have decided to stack towards A. I like this choice, and playing sort of a retake position on B, not really anchoring Sick there, although he will actually look to push there now. As I say that, Taco will start to try to clear close here on Apps, looking for that burst. Here it comes, Taco will explode straight through, finds Cadian in the back. 2 players left on the side, the information is there for Liquid, and they will wipe out this defense. Just Vice remaining. He's doing a fantastic amount of work though, 2 quick kills. 2 players now to trade him out. Well played by Liquid to do so.
Sick alone through the library position, smoke dissipating. How does he avoid getting traded though? Surely the pit peek comes in as well. He can hold on for the time being. There is a gap in the smoke. He looks through it, but he can be seen from that position as well. Somewhat obvious there, but what choice does he have? Liquid finished things off on Inferno, 16-11 over Rogue.
It was a very exciting map. A lot of great rounds to watch, starting right from the beginning. A couple of rounds that probably shouldn't have gone each way, so it's hard to say that one team got more lucky than the other, but even towards the end here, some good retakes, some good holds, and some cool stuff on Banana in particular in the first half.
Yeah, I like how Rogue are not afraid to, as on their T sides, push for position through smokes and challenge. A lot of teams just don't want to take that risk, and honestly, you can do it pretty effectively. It's a pretty good play to make. It's not that disadvantageous if you do it correctly. So honestly, I feel like Rogue, throughout this season, I have always been sort of underestimating them in my mind. I've always sort of been counting them out a little bit, but they've been consistently showing to me that they're a pretty good team. They've got a pretty wide variety of plays to make. They've got a good a pool of talent as well to execute stuff with. And yeah, they should be, again, it's just this is the theme of this season. You can't quite count out anyone, really.
I actually think that individually, Rogue had a really sleepy start to that game. So if they had come in hot, then who knows what might have happened. There was a late comeback, and I think they did get better over time. But I really think that if they came in all guns blazing at the beginning, then who knows, maybe they would have won that one. But the next train will be game. The next game will be train. Before we get to that though, tickets are available for our finals in London coming up next month. Wembley.csgo.com is the link where you can pick those tickets up, so make sure you get involved if you can make it over there. But again, train is coming up after the break. It's going to be the same two teams once again, so we'll see if Rogue can get a hot start on train here in a few minutes. See you soon.